We have 3 kids that are 2.5 years apart, and so that has looked differently through each season. When they were smaller, of course, discipleship looked very just short and sweet. You know, we learned definitely meal times or snack times when they were smaller and keeping everything really short, but learning that they can learn biblical truth even at a very young age. For me personally, I feel like connection is something that's missing in our culture, and I feel like it is a battle. It is a battle to slow down enough and be intentional to have that mealtime ready, just because things are just so busy.
From the time before they were even born is we were intentional to read God's Word to them even when they were in the womb, and when they were young we always did our best to pull out a children's Bible or pull out an appropriate book that teaches them biblical truth and try to read to them pretty much every night.
I think the check in my spirit of knowing I only have a brief moment with my kids, and whatever it takes, I have to set apart this time as something to intentionally train them up for us, it's a prime time in our family, because we have found at bedtime we're all just too exhausted, and having 3 kids and 3 separate stories, it's just too much. So for me, teaching them the Bible chronologically from a young age and going through, for instance, like the Jesus Storybook Bible, and them knowing the stories age appropriately, that helped build a foundation to where now we can bring up a certain story at dinner time, and my oldest child is going to tell what he knows, and in his own way he's discipling the younger 2 children, and that makes him be able to utilize what he knows.
Sometimes, like Emily said, you wonder, like when you're worn out and you're tired and you get to the end of the day and you're like, how did I instill biblical truth in them? I mean, something as simple as, like she said, talking about something at mealtime. She does a thing where we go around the table and we say, what is your rose for today? So what is something good that happened to you today? And then what is your thorn? Like, what's something that you faced that was difficult for you today? I mean, it's about, being able to engage and look your children in the eye and talk to them, and just, look into their souls, look into their hearts, have that face-to-face interaction with them, and let them know that you love them and that you're interested in their lives.